In EverEver, every star child waits and dreams of their family. Has a star child chosen your family? Let's bring them home together. I have my 3 little star children here, and this video is to show you how I made the hair for each of them. First and most simple to make is Faros. His hair has been made using brushable mohair, as have all 3 dolls. And all I've done is crocheted it into a wig and brushed it out using a wire dog brush or pet brush. It's pretty simple, but it's very cute. Next we have Lara. She also has a crocheted wig that's made like this, except as we make this wig, we tease the fibres out of the mohair yarn before we crochet it. And then at the end, we add some strands in to give it this full look. You can create strands however long you wish, and your doll may have very long hair or very short hair like Lyra does here. And last is Lucia. Lucia also has a crocheted wig like this, and the fibres in her hair have been teased out like Lyra's. And then afterwards, we added a few strands here and there and brought them all together to create plaits. So now she has quite short hair at the moment, and I created a boy doll. He has quite short hair. When I created his wig, I didn't pay too much attention to pulling out the fibres like I did on this dolly. You can see that the length of this fluff is a little bit longer than the length of this fluff. And I knew that this doll was going to be a boy, so I didn't worry too much about that. But also, I just left the wig as is at this point. I may have given it a bit of a trim around the edges so it's all one length. But I didn't do anything else to his wig like I'm going to do with this dolly. So I'm going to show you how to do that now to create a little bit longer hair. So with our little dolly, we're actually going to add some longer strands into the wig. And let's just work out how long we need these strands first. So grab a book. I'm going to wrap a piece of thread or yarn around the book so we can get a measurement of how long these strands are going to be if we go lengthways on the book. So fold it in half, and that will give you how long the strand will be. Now, if I place this on the head and then I sit our dolly up, I can see where these strands will fall down. So I think these are quite okay, especially for the top of the head. But if I added this on the bottom, that's going to be quite a lot longer. So I might make 2 kinds of strands. Long strands that will be attached from this part of the head up, and shorter strands. And considering I want this dolly to have around shoulder length hair, I think that will work pretty well. So my long strands are going to go lengthways vertically around the book, and the short strands are going to go horizontally around the book. So let's create some of the longer strands first. And this is pretty simple. All we're doing is wrapping around the book. So I want to cover almost the entire head with these longer added in strands. In another dolly, after this one, I'm going to show you how we add just a couple at the side and then we can pull it down to create little pigtails. But this dolly is going to have beautiful full hair. Now, that might be enough to start me off. So I'm going to cut here, but I'm also going to cut all of the strands along the bottom here. I'm careful not to cut my book though. So now I have a big bunch of long hair strands. Now I might just make a couple of the shorter strands while I'm here. And this works exactly the same way. Please don't mind Poppy. She's just had her dinner and now she's trying to decide which beanbag is going to be the most comfortable. Okay, I think that might be enough for the short strands at the moment. Let's cut that one, and we'll also cut along here. And that gives us a bunch of shorter strands that we're going to use for the bottom of the head. So it might help to use your brush because we need to get down to the wig at the bottom here. And this is quite simple to add these in once you get to the wig. Is we're just going to hook our crochet hook under a piece of the wig, just like this. And we take one of our strands, fold it in half so we have a loop at the top here, hook that onto our crochet hook, and we're going to pull the loop through. Now we want to put both of the end strands through the loop and pull. Pull it quite tightly, and that has created another strand of hair. So let's go ahead and add quite a few more of them. So now I have a few strands. I'm going to go ahead and work in sections. So once I've done that section, I will flip these over, add my little fluff bits, and I'm going to add another row here. I'm also going to work, remember I was going to do this half of the head with the longer strands, so I'll keep working in sections until I cover that whole half of the head. So this is just the last of the longer strands that I'm adding. And this is where we're up to. So she's got quite a lot of hair already, which is lovely, but she doesn't have any at the bottom. So I'm going to go and add our shorter strands in the bottom now. So I might work straight across this time. Okay, so all of our hair strands are now attached. Let's see. And I'm just moving the hair down so it's not so wild. So let's give this a nice comb out with our fingers. And then we can give it a little gentle brush with our pet comb. Now we get to play hairdresser. So I finished adding all of the strands in, give it a bit of a brush. So I'm going to do that now. This is just a metal comb. It helps to make sure all of the strands are laying down, especially when I'm about to give it a trim. Once I've done that, I'm going to give it a little bit of a brush with my fluffing comb. We can pick this up and do some of the underside as well. We want to cut our hair a bit longer than what we anticipate because our dolly is not going to grow back. So I'm just going to start cutting. Just be careful not to get obviously, your doll skin. So we can always take more off. We can't add more back. Now I'm just bringing out sections at a time. And we're going to just cut down like this. Now the bottom, let's make sure the bottom is all even as well. How are we looking? Oh, she's so cute. I have one more hairstyle to show you. This is Lucia, and today she would like her hair in braids. But as you can see, her hair is just a wispy, fluffy halo of hair. It's not much length to it. So we're going to add a few strands, just like we did with Lyra, and see if we can braid it for her. So I'm going to use my book again. And just like we did last time, we're just creating a few long strands. Now this is not going to cover the entire head. We just want a couple on either side so that we can bring them into a braid. So that might be enough for now. We'll see how this goes. So let's divide them in half. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a good number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to expose the wig like we did last time, and my plait's going to sit about, let's say about in level with her eyes. That makes it nice and easy. So first I'm going to add a couple of strands right in the middle where I want the braid to come from. So like we did last time, we'll have our hook under the wig. We folded our strand in half to create this loop, pull the loop through, and then put your fingers through the loop, grab the 2 strands and pull through. So now we have 2 strands of hair in that one spot. So I want to put 3 of these around here. Not too close together, but fairly close. Maybe I'll do the other one just up here. I think instead of using the 10 strands, I'm going to use 9. Then I can divide it evenly when I plait. So maybe a little higher one up here. Now this might look quite random, but my goal is to be able to bring all of the hair back into this one spot here. So I'm sporadically trying to put them around this side of the head so that it will pull the rest of the hair together. So I think I need a couple up here. I think we need one at the top here. So I want it to be able to collect the rest of the hair around it when I brush it all together and create this plait. Now we've got some at the top, maybe ones from down the bottom. So now I'm going to brush all of the hair into the position where I'm going to start the plait. Just checking that that's a halfway point. It's about there. I do want her to have a little bit of a fringe, so I'll just leave that out like this, and we'll pull the rest of it and give it a bit of a brush. And I'm brushing these strands as well. That helps to separate the fibres a little bit from the core of the mohair. So let's divide. So it should be 6 pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that worked well. And let's just plait it together. I'm not pulling the hair so tight so that my braid can look a little fatter. So I don't have a hair tie. I'm just going to wrap one of the strands around. It'll just stick to itself. So I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'm going to go and do the other side just the same way. Okay, 2 little bows. Yes. And just fluff that hair down a little bit. Now, let's have a look at the length of this. Oops. I'm just going to cut some of the longer pieces. I don't want them to look exactly flat. And there we go.
Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, show your support by giving it a like. And if you'd like to stay updated with all of my new tutorials, please subscribe.